Petaling Street is home to a variety of cultures. In the past, the smaller lanes that intersected through the street were occupied by wet markets where vendors sold ingredients to locals and businesses alike. This can still be experienced today along Jalan Hang Lekir. The eating environments littered along the street vary from air-conditioned restaurants to hawker stalls, making Petaling Street a food hotspot amongst both locals and foreigners. The consumption environment of the hawker stall is set up along the junction of Jalan Hang Lekir, which is a shaded area located beside the Petaling Wet Market car park. Food is directly served from the vendors to the customers sitting nearby. The vendors would have set up sitting areas where the food made in the stalls would be served directly to the customers. The ingredients used for curry laksa are the dry components that include long beans, clams, tofu, noodles, and the homemade curry broth. The ingredients used for the asam laksa are pineapples, cucumbers, tofu skins, noodles, and the homemade asam broth. The preparation method for the curry and asam laksa are similar, having to first soak the tofu skins in the curry broth before gathering the dry components for the two dishes. The final step is then the addition of the curry or the asam broth to the noodles that are then garnished with freshly cut chili. The significance of this dish towards the community is that it can be enjoyed by everyone regardless of race or stature, displaying a sense of connection between the communities in and around the street. The consumption environment of the Muaci is located along the road junction of Petaling Street, where a stall is operated by a 70-year-old auntie. The stall moves from one place to another and is moved by the lady herself. Its position, however, depends on the time and activity of the street. With the various flavors of mochi prepared beforehand, preparation is relatively quick. It starts out from cutting the mochi into appropriate sizes and then coating it generously with crushed peanuts. It is then packaged into containers for customers. The ingredients of the mochi varies in flavors. These include the Ribena flavor, mango, black sesame, and original flavor. Another key ingredient would be the crushed peanuts. For over 20 years, this auntie has been operating with the same stall in the same area, only implementing changes to the variety of flavors such as adding Ribena to the flavor palette to cater to the taste buds of the younger generation, while at the same time maintaining the older flavors that brought her stall to fame in the first place. The consumption environment here allows customers to either choose between the kopitiam stalls along the street or eat in a restaurant-type setting in the upper floors of Kim Liam Ki, where customers can get a view of the street instead. Ingredients of this clay pot include minced pork, lo she fan noodles, dark soy sauce, bean sprouts, mushroom, and dried pork skin. The preparation methods for this dish consist of two parts. First, the minced meat and mushrooms are stir-fried together with seasoning and sauce until both crispy and rendered. This would then be set aside as the lo she fan noodles are cooked in the clay pot over the fire. Before serving, the seasoned meat and mushrooms are layered on top of the noodles along with a raw egg. This dish is iconic in Petaling Street. Though its origin is from China, the dish can only be found in Malaysia as some ingredients and preparation methods were altered. The lo shou fan is made from rice flour, a relatively popular ingredient among stalls operating in the street. Hokkien Mee is arguably Petaling Street's signature dish. Like majority of the dishes found in the street, it can be either enjoyed in a kopitiam or air-conditioned environment. Ingredients used in this dish differs from one restaurant to another. The owners of Kim Liam Ki, however, serves the seafood version, where prawns, cabbage, and noodles, as well as the restaurant's signature halibut fish paste, gives the Hokkien Mee a unique and delicious taste. The beginning of every dish would have the chef to first clean out the wok of any residue using a bamboo brush and boiling water. This kitchen in particular uses traditional charcoal as fuel, as the owner says it burns cleaner. To start cooking the Hokkien Mee, oil is first added, accompanied by garlic and spring onions. Prawns and chopped cabbage is then thrown in along with the noodles. The final touches are adding the fish paste, dark soy, and brown sugar. After the dish has darkened and the flavors intensified, it is then served to the customers. Restaurant Kim Liam Ki is a prime example of modern evolution of traditional methods. The original shop was a store located at street level, but now the business has expanded to a proper restaurant. The kitchen now boasts an open plan rooftop to prevent cooking smokes from disturbing the people on street level. Certain changes to the Hokkien Mee were implemented to cater to the locals, yet traditional preparation methods are still used. This brings about a balance of change and traditionality to the Hokkien Mee. With the abundance of food options available along and surrounding Petaling Street, it is no surprise that this place is a hub of human activity throughout the day and the night. It is this connection with food that we all share that bridges a community of different age groups, races, and religions. Among the many things that we see different from one another, us as Malaysians still agree on the same things. Food should be good and cheap. Thus, it is through these basic principles that we grow and learn from one another.